The Learfield Directors Cup, the highly recognized mark of distinction in college athletics across all divisions, both men's and women's sports. Follow your favorite team's pursuit for excellence in this prestigious annual award through thedirectorscup.com, USA Today, or at L Directors Cup on Twitter or Facebook. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics since
Now it's time for the Mike Norvell TV show presented by AutoZone. From parts to helpful advice, AutoZone has everything you need to get in the zone. AutoZone. The show is supported by the Tennessee Lottery, Subway, and Chick-fil-A.
Welcome in, everybody, to the Mike Norvell Show, presented by AutoZone, year number 3. And, Coach, we've had so much fun, really, the last couple of years. 10 wins a year ago. A lot of those guys, especially on defense, coming back. New quarterback. Give us your sense of the way camp is going as we get ready for Mercer in just a little bit.
Well, I think everybody's excited about the new year starting. It's been an incredible off season, summer conditioning, the fall camp, how it's rolled through with such an excitement and anticipation of kickoff coming here this next week. And I can tell you, our players, they've really made a wonderful commitment to what we're trying to accomplish as a program and as individuals. And so I'm excited to get it kicked off.
We have had so much of that enthusiasm early on. Never seen a fan day like we had with lines at the apparel. I thought they were going to do their own 1,500 meters going around that track, and just so much built in. Now, you do have a defense that's got a bunch of starters coming back, 8. You did make a change of quarterback because Riley Ferguson graduated. You had a little battle going on, and Brady White has emerged as the guy. Yeah,
it's been fun. It's been fun to watch the competition within our team. Some of the newcomers that have entered our program have really bought into the culture that we've been able to establish here. There is great competition at every position. There are guys that were starters last year that have battled for their jobs and really been pushed. I think we have some newcomers that are going to be able to come in and be instant impact players for us. But what you talked a little bit about the experience that is returning. So there is a confidence in what we're doing, and that's really shown up here in our preparation, and excited about those guys you mentioned.
Everything usually begins in the trenches. 4 returning starters there, and 2 young guys that are both freshmen that could battle for that left side position.
Yeah, it's great. Anytime you have experience on the offensive defensive line returning, that gives you a great deal of confidence going into the year. You mentioned the 4 starters on the O-line. We've had a young man, Dylan Parham, Isaac Ellis, the 2 guys you mentioned, and that have really thrust themselves into a position where I think they can help us at a high level here this year. And it's been fun to watch that group really gel. And same thing on the defensive front. I think it's as deep of a unit as we've had. Being able to get guys, back like Jackson Dillon, that's gonna be a big impact for us. But seeing the growth that we've had on that side of the ball has been impressive as well.
And then, of course, everybody's going to want to know about the quarterback. And I got to tell you, media day, I got to sit at the lunch table with him and sort of pick his brain. I'm not sure in all the years I've done this that I've met a more articulate guy than Brady White, and I know you go back a long way with him.
Our relationship is one that stems over the years, and what I've been so very impressed to watch his development and his growth. He was coming into our program. He was excited about an opportunity to compete, and the thing that I've been really pleased with is he came in and he just went to work. He didn't come in with any expectation. He's worked every single day to try to put himself in a position to be able to lead this football team. And what has been fun to watch through camp is just the way that our guys gravitate to him. Every single day he's in the meeting room, he's on the practice field. He's showing that he can be a leader for this team, and those guys have done a great job. You help him get acclimated to our program.
You went to Jackson again for bonding, and I guess the thing is, this camp was maybe, you say, your best of the 3 years. Sort of explain why.
Well, you see how our guys are working, and especially this past week. We went 6 straight days, and every day, guys came out and competed with a purpose. When you get into the grind of camp, it's a challenge. Your legs get tired, your mind gets tired, but our guys came out and went to work every single day, and really put themselves in a position jumping into game week that I think we definitely have our eyes in the right place, and I'm excited about about going into game week.
I guess it was at the end of last year I talked to you a little bit about how you were going to replace this or that. I was really thinking your quarterback. I said, what's your biggest concern? And you told me your punter. Because, look, we become punter U at this university. It's amazing, and you've, I guess, found a big solution.
No question. Adam Williams has done a remarkable job. Probably been one of the highlights of our fall camp. I've been very consistent, especially in the scrimmage atmospheres, and I'm expecting big things from him this year.
That is a big guy with when you're 6'5", I guess you can get.
He can generate a little bit of power.
And then there is Riley Patterson, the kicker. And last year he was fairly good early on. I know he missed some crucial kicks at the end. I know he's talked about that himself. Talk about his improvement.
You know, I think you see the growth that he had, the experience of being thrust in there as a true freshman. You know, some of the highs, some of the lows. That's what everybody's going to experience. But he's grown from that. You know, had a tremendous spring, a big spring game where he kicked a 50-something yarder into the wind. Was big, you know, has had a great fall camp. You know, I think Riley's going to be one of the strongholds of our football team, somebody that can be counted on in a very consistent manner. And
I guess the last thing before we start, and we're going to bring in Coach Josh Storms in a little bit. We'll take you to Lambeth and see what the U of M bonding was all about a little bit later in the program. You have new coaches, and you were able to keep a bunch of the coaches those first couple of years, and they've grown and they've gone on, but you've replaced them. How has that stuff worked, the chemistry?
Yeah, I think that was one of the most important things of our offseason is making sure we found the right men to come in and help build this football team. You know, every coach that we brought in is a relationship-based coach, and so you're building the spending that time with our players. You're seeing the continuity of our staff grow. You know, obviously that's stretching into the coach-player relationship. It has been a fun transition, and we got an incredible staff. I think it's shown up with how we recruited, how we've been able to develop these guys in the early parts of fall camp, and we're definitely looking forward to that carryover here into game one.
Can't wait to see it all unfold, that's for sure. Here is what is coming up on the show. We mentioned you'll get to meet the strength coach, Josh Storms, and athletic director Tom Bowen is in the house. We got a bunch of promotions we're going to talk about. We got the Chick-fil-A Inside Access. Again, we'll take you on the road with the team for some bonding. The AutoZone road ahead is all about Mercer. Game 1 at the Liberty Bowl next Saturday night. We're back in a minute on the Mike Norvell Show.